I'll be honest, I'm not much of an animal person, and wells, yeah, they're pretty low on my list of interests too. So when I first came across the hit indie game Animal Well, I barely gave it a second glance. But then I started hearing whispers online. A masterpiece of indie game design, an unforgettable experience, the best puzzle game of the decade, a hauntingly beautiful adventure, Game of the Year contender hands down. At that point, I just couldn't ignore it any longer. I had to jump down the well. What I found was a game that's not just well designed, pun intended. It's practically a masterclass in how to craft an engaging, mysterious, and deeply rewarding experience. Without too many spoilers, let's explore what makes this game by solo developer Billy Basso so special. At first glance, Animal Well might seem like another generic indie platformer. You walk, jump, and explore a pixel art environment filled with shadows and secrets. But beneath that charming simplicity lies a remarkably intricate design that constantly pushes players to think in new ways. Take the tools, for example. Early on, you'll find items like the Bubble Wand. A seemingly useless object soon becomes your means of double jumping and reaching new areas, and its mastery can grant you access to new heights where you might discover hidden eggs. If you're wondering what the hell an egg does, don't worry, I'll explain later. There's also the flute, one of the most fascinating tools in Animal Well. At first, it seems pretty uneventful, a quirky little item that makes cute noises. But oh boy, this is Animal Well we're talking about, and nothing is ever as simple as it seems. The brilliance of the flute lies in its subtlety. Early on, you might play a few notes, think that's neat, and move on. But as you explore deeper, you begin to notice environmental clues, patterns in the background, and strange symbols. This is where the genius unfolds. Using your wits, and only your wits, because this game doesn't hold your hand at all. You realize these patterns aren't just decorations, they're hints. By decoding these environmental puzzles, you figure out the songs the flute can play. And once you unlock its true potential, it's a game changer. Suddenly, that flute you were casually tooting becomes your gateway to fast travel. This opens up the game world in ways you never expected. What makes these tools special is their multifunctionality. Nothing in Animal Well is just what it seems. The game doesn't spell out all the ways you can use your items either. It trusts you to experiment and discover for yourself, turning every interaction into a delightful aha moment. Like the disc, for example. At first, I thought it was just a simple throwing object to hit switches. Useful, sure, but nothing groundbreaking. But then came another eureka moment. I realized I could ride the disc, unlocking access to even more unreachable places. This game finds original ways to constantly give you new ways to interact with its world, layering level after level of discovery onto an already intricate design. The mastery of tool progression is quintessential in Animal Well. It respects your intelligence and rewards your curiosity, making every discovery feel like a personal triumph. Especially since there is no traditional combat in this game. Sure, there are enemies, but they can only be defeated by using the environment. The world itself plays a huge role in this design. The map layout is non-linear, filled with branching paths and tantalizing dead ends that often hide secrets. The lighting mechanics are brilliant. Darkness isn't just an aesthetic choice, it's a gameplay feature. Shadows obscure hidden areas and light sources aren't infinite, forcing you to decide when and where to illuminate your surroundings. Billy Basso approached the lighting and visual design of Animal Well with a heavy focus on creative coding and procedural techniques. He layered rendering systems to push beyond the limitations of traditional pixel art. This included the dynamic lighting effects and fluid simulations for water and smoke, which added a sense of depth and interactivity to the world. By combining techniques like normal maps for the background and dynamic shaders, he created an aesthetic that feels both retro and innovative. These visual elements aren't just there for show, they actively play into the gameplay, requiring players to use light sources to uncover hidden puzzles. This approach exemplifies how Animal Well integrates its art style with game mechanics, further immersing players in its mysterious subterranean world. The enveloping darkness in Animal Well isn't just a thematic choice. It crescendos into the eventual final quote-unquote boss that feels like the culmination of every little clue and mechanic you've unearthed so far. And when the final credits roll, there's a sense of triumph, like you've pieced together a fragmented puzzle of secrets, only to let your mind drift back to the eggs you worked so hard to collect earlier. Oh yeah! What the heck were those things for? Now, onto the eggs. Yes, actual eggs. These aren't your standard collectibles, they're cryptic puzzles that add a whole new layer of mystery to the game. Developer Billy Basso described them as his way of rewarding the most curious players. In an interview, he said, "I wanted to make secrets that feel like they're rewarding you for paying attention, for asking questions the game doesn't explicitly pose." Most eggs aren't just sitting in plain sight. Finding one often requires solving an environmental puzzle that's so subtle you'll wonder how you even spotted it in the first place. For instance, one egg might be hidden in a room that's only accessible during a specific in-game condition, say after using a tool in an unintended way. The process of finding and collecting these eggs is like solving riddles wrapped inside the game world, encouraging players to revisit areas they thought they'd already fully explored. These puzzles aren't just clever, they're a masterclass in how to encourage exploration without hand-holding. And while you don't need to find the eggs to complete the main game, or what I call the first layer, doing so adds an extra layer of satisfaction for those willing to dig a little deeper. But wait, there's more. There's more? Now, this is where Animal Well stops being a game and becomes something closer to an obsession. Some puzzles in this third layer are so cryptic that they feel impossible to solve alone. Or rather, they are impossible to solve alone, and that's by design. As Basso explained, the final hunt isn't about solving puzzles, it's about creating a community. I wanted people to come together, share ideas, and collaborate. The rabbit hunt builds on the eggs, but ramps up the complexity. It might involve decoding obscure clues hidden in the game's art, audio, or even its mechanics. Players have turned to forums, Reddit, and Discord servers to crack these puzzles together, often spending weeks piecing together fragments of information. This communal aspect is what makes the rabbit hunt so unique. It turns the game into a shared experience where the joy of discovery is amplified by collaboration. It's a testament to how games can create connections between players even when they're not playing side by side. Animal Well is more than just a game. It's an intricate puzzle box that rewards curiosity, creativity, and collaboration. Whether you're just in it for the main playthrough or basic layer, hunting for elusive eggs, or diving into the communal chaos of the rabbit hunt, every moment is expertly crafted. And with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, it's clear that players are falling in love with its layered design and hauntingly beautiful atmosphere. So, if you're looking for a game that's equal parts mystery, platformer, and community experiment, give Animal Well a shot. Just don't be surprised if you find yourself falling down the rabbit hole, literally and figuratively. If you're still here, comment eggs and bunnies down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more great game design. I'll see you in the next one.